Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English with Podcasts, the space where we bridge the gap between knowing English and feeling it. I am Emma.
And I am Leo. Emma, I want to start today with a bit of a mystery. Imagine you are standing in a gallery, or sitting in a studio, or perhaps standing backstage at a concert. You feel something, a surge of energy, a deep emotion, or a sudden spark of genius. You turn to the person next to you to explain this incredible magic, but suddenly, your mind goes blank. The magic is there, but the words are missing.
That is such a frustrating feeling, Leo. It's like having a beautiful song in your head, but no instrument to play it on. Many English learners can talk about the weather or their job, but when it comes to their soul, their art, and their passions, they feel trapped behind a wall of basic words like good or nice.
Exactly. Nice doesn't describe a masterpiece. Good doesn't explain a guitar solo that makes you cry. That is the mystery we are solving today. We are diving into English for creative hobbies, discussing art, music, and passion projects. We are giving you the keys to unlock your inner world.
This is the episode that transforms you from someone who speaks English to someone who expresses themselves in English. We are going from basic to advanced, ensuring that by the end of this hour, you can articulate the joy, the struggle, and the sheer magic of your creative journey.
If you are ready to finally find your creative voice, hit that like button and let's get started.
And please subscribe to English with Podcasts. Your passion deserves to be heard, and we are here to help you find the right frequency. Share this with your artistic friends. They need these soul-saving phrases too. Let's start with unlocking your creative voice. Why is it so important to move beyond good? Because art is about impact. If you tell an artist their work is good, it's almost like a silence. It doesn't tell them why it moved you.
It's decent, basic. It has emotional depth, intermediate. It's incredibly poignant, advanced.
Poignant is a beautiful advanced word. It means something that touches your emotions deeply, often with a hint of sadness. Instead of saying, "it makes me sad," you say, "it's a poignant piece."
Let's look at some artful articulation for the visual arts. If you paint, draw, or even just enjoy visiting museums, you need to describe the technique. I love the brushwork here. The colors are very vibrant. The composition is interesting.
Now, let's level those up for our advanced learners. The dynamic brushstrokes create a sense of movement. She uses a subtle color palette to evoke a feeling of peace. The evocative composition draws the eye to the center.
Evocative is a power word. It means something that evokes or brings strong images or memories to mind. If a painting makes you remember your childhood, it is evocative.
And how do we describe the impact? This piece is thought-provoking. It makes you think. The atmosphere is quite serene. It is very calm. The contrast is striking. It is very noticeable and impressive.
Let's shift gears to harmonious hues, English for creative musical expression. Music is a universal language, but describing it in English requires some specific musicality.
If you play an instrument or just love a specific genre, don't just say, "I like the beat." Try these. It has a driving rhythm, a strong, energetic beat. The melody is very catchy, easy to remember. I love the lyrics.
Leveling up to advanced, the intricate melody is quite complex. I'm impressed by the lush harmonies in the chorus. The track features experimental soundscapes.
Soundscapes is a very modern advanced term. It refers to the landscape of sounds in a song, especially in electronic or ambient music.
And how do you share your inspiration? I'm heavily influenced by 70s rock. My style evolved from a simple riff I wrote years ago. We had a jam session that led to this track.
Jam session is a classic musician's term for playing together without a plan to see what happens. It's a great way to describe the creative process.
Now, let's talk about the passion project prowess. Not everyone is a painter or a pianist. Maybe your passion is cosplay, baking, coding, or game design. These are your unique endeavors.
When you share these, you need an elevator pitch. This is a short, engaging summary of what you do. I'm working on a project where I recreate historical costumes. I'm passionate about artisanal bread making. I've started experimenting with indie game mechanics.
To take this to the advanced level, you need to talk about the ups and downs, the challenges and the triumphs. I'm currently overcoming a creative block. I had a breakthrough moment last night while sketching. The project is still a work in progress, but I'm making headway.
Creative block is that terrible feeling when you can't think of any new ideas. We've all been there. And making headway is a great idiom that means you are making progress.
Emma, let's talk about the social aspect of creativity. For many, art is a way to connect with others. We often join workshops or creative circles.
Exactly. When you're in these groups, you need collaborative language. I'd love to collaborate on a project with you. We're really on the same wavelength creatively. Your work resonates with me deeply.
Resonates is a high-level verb. It means something produces a positive feeling or emotional response. If a poem resonates with you, it means you truly understand and feel its message.
What if you need to offer constructive criticism? This is the art of giving feedback that helps without hurting feelings. I think the foundation is strong, but you could tweak the lighting. Have you considered juxtaposing these two colors? The execution is flawless, but perhaps the narrative could be clearer.
Juxtaposing is a top-tier word. It means placing two things side by side to highlight their differences. It sounds incredibly sophisticated in an art discussion.
Let's dive deeper into the sensory language of creativity, because art isn't just seen or heard, it's felt. The texture of this sculpture is very tactile. It makes you want to touch it. The music has a haunting quality, beautiful but a bit scary or sad. The colors are muted and earthy, not bright, very natural.
And for those who love the technical side, let's look at process vocabulary. I'm in the prototyping phase of my new app. I spent all night mastering the audio levels for this podcast. I'm fine-tuning the details of my latest cosplay armor.
Fine-tuning is a perfect idiom for that final stage of a project where you make small, precise adjustments to reach perfection.
We also need to discuss the philosophy of art. Why do we create? For me, it's a form of self-expression. I want to challenge the status quo with my designs. My goal is to capture a moment in time.
Challenge the status quo is an advanced phrase that means to question the current way things are done. Many passion projects start because someone wants to do something differently.
And let's not forget the medium, whether it's digital, physical, or performance-based. I've transitioned from analog to digital art. This is a mixed media piece. I prefer working with natural fibers for my weaving.
Mixed media is a great term for when an artist uses different materials like paint, paper, and fabric all in one artwork.
Let's look at the practical application. How do we actually use this in a conversation?
Imagine you are at a creative meetup. Someone asks, "So, what are you working on lately?" Basic, "I am painting a picture of a forest. It is nice." Intermediate, "I'm working on a landscape painting. I'm trying to use bright colors to make it look happy." Advanced, "I'm currently immersed in a series of oil paintings. I'm experimenting with a subtle color palette to capture the serene atmosphere of the woods at dawn. It's been a challenge overcoming a bit of a creative block, but I finally had a breakthrough with the brushwork.
Wow, Emma, that sounds so professional. You sound like an artist, not just a student.
That is the goal. When you use specific words, you change how people see you. You move from being a learner to being a peer.
Let's talk about the aesthetics. This is the look and feel of your work. My aesthetic is quite minimalist. I prefer a vintage or retro vibe. My work is abstract and open to interpretation.
Minimalist means keeping things simple and clean. Abstract means art that doesn't look like real objects, but uses shapes and colors to express a feeling.
What about the motivation? Why do we do it? It's my creative outlet. It helps me decompress after a long day. I do it for the sheer joy of creating.
Creative outlet is a must-have phrase. It is the activity that allows you to express your feelings and release your energy.
And decompress is a great advanced synonym for relax. It's like releasing the pressure from a valve.
Let's do a master recap of our creative discussion toolkit. Visual arts, brushwork, composition, evocative, poignant, serene, juxtaposing, music, soundscapes, intricate, jam session, harmonies, evolved from, haunting, projects, creative block, breakthrough, elevator pitch, making headway, fine-tuning, philosophy, creative outlet, decompress, aesthetic, status quo, resonates.
This is a lot of vocabulary, but remember, you don't have to use it all at once. Start with 3 words that fit your specific hobby.
Speaking of which, here is our interactive prompt for today. We want to see your creative voice in action. Share your current creative project in the comments using 3 new words from this video.
Are you working on a lush harmony? Are you trying to decompress with some vibrant brushwork? Or are you making headway on a minimalist coding project? Tell us.
Reading your comments is my favorite part of the week. It's like visiting a global art gallery.
And if you want to keep practicing, try journaling. Write 3 sentences every day about what you created, even if it's just a doodle in your notebook.
Also, join online communities, whether it's Reddit, Discord, or Instagram. Find people who share your passion. When you talk about something you love, your English improves 10 times faster.
Because you aren't focused on the grammar, you're focused on the message. That is the secret to fluency.
Exactly. Art, music, and passion projects are the bridge to the real world. They allow you to share your inner world with someone on the other side of the planet.
We are so proud of you for being brave enough to share your soul in a second language. It is a beautiful thing.
It really is. Thank you for letting us be a small part of your artistic journey.
We'll be back next week to help you level up another part of your life. Until then, keep creating.
Keep practicing, keep expressing, and most importantly, keep vibing.
This was Emma and Leo.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.